There's this theory going around that the upcoming Teal Mask DLC is going to be heavily related to Legends Arceus. The main basis for this theory is, of course, we never got a Legends Arceus DLC, and in the Teal Mask artwork, the two outfits seem to resemble the same colors of the respective Diamond and Pearl clans. But there's a few more clues that point to this possibility that I want to discuss in this video. Beginning with the region that we're attending, Kitakami, which seems to have a very festival themed focus with the lanterns, the fireworks, Pokemon masks, and even their outdoor stalls, all of which is very reminiscent of Hisui, especially when taking a look at this artwork which is seen at the end of the game, and focusing back at the DLC's artwork. Even looking at the background stuff, there definitely seems to be a very traditional, simple wooden and stone focus, which is of course very prevalent in Legends Arceus. The characters are also seen to wear satchels, kimono, and sandals, which are also huge, almost exclusive features in Legends Arceus. Also Trimekos here, which is probably neither here nor there, it just reminded me of the Legends Arceus quest. Now, whether any of this stuff I just mentioned has any correlation to Legends Arceus remains to be seen, but it does describe on the Pokemon website this being a study, and the tale is based off Momotaro, which goes back a while, so it's very justifiable if Kitakami had a very traditional feel to best communicate that. But the theory does go a little bit deeper than just what we saw on screen. There are lots of other parallels in theme and story. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't finished Scarlet or Violet and or Legends Arceus, but both games have a focus on time travel with Paradox Forms and Area Zero, where we know time travel is theoretically possible, and in Legends Arceus your character is seemingly sent back in time, along with Ingo mysteriously, and there's still some confusion about Volo and Koghida especially, who by the sounds of it has been living for a very long time. The details surrounding Terapagos are obviously yet to be revealed, and we'll have to wait till the Indigo Disc to understand Terapagos' full powers and history, but I think it's fair to say that this isn't just going to be any other third legendary, and there's potential for it to have some relevance to Arceus given it's able to wield all 18 types, it seems like, and I mean it could potentially rival Arceus, and that might be a bit out there, but especially with the world turtle theory, and like I said, terrestrialization clearly has a link to time travel, unless it wasn't time travel, which that's just a whole nother theory. Also, just on the 18 types, I did notice all 18 were pictured on the lanterns in the trailer. I also noticed this symbol of a Pokeball isn't just a one-off occurrence, it's all throughout the trailer. It could just be styling, but it seems to resemble the horns similar to this monster, which interestingly, the silhouettes don't look too similar between the wolf person and Ogerpon, so maybe this bird is in fact another mask and the real monster is hiding underneath. I don't think so, but I'll finish up with some other connections I found across the interwebs. The first being is the fact that we get Hisui and Zoark as an early purchase bonus, and I saw another comment discussing if nothing else hopefully we do get to catch Hisuian forms out in the wild. I don't know how much sense that would make given they're meant to be exclusively in the past. Well, I guess it doesn't say that. Maybe a few have been reserved somehow. As I said, this town definitely has a very historical focus, and I mean, thinking about it, it would be kind of cool if it was Legends Arceus related, to have an open world section kind of similar to Sword and Shield. I think that's what the DLC had. I haven't played it yet, but it would be a nice addition to change things up and further connect the two. I don't know how practical it realistically is, just changing the gameplay like that. Another connection is the name Hisui, which means jade, which is light green, and obviously there's the Teal Mask and a pretty big focus on green. We know Celestica has some sort of connection to green with Koghida's hut, and coincidentally the color green is on the main character's outfit in the artwork. And the last tip probably the most out there one is the word Paldea does roughly share syllables with Palkia and Dialga, Paldea. I don't know if, yeah, I don't really know about that one, but we'll wait and see. And as I said before, this could very well be a case of over-theorizing, and all of the old traditional stuff is just a product of the town being entrenched in history and folklore. The theory does kind of fall apart when you practically try and think about where Kitakami actually is. I did hear in the inspiration of this video, Birdkeeper Toby talk about how it could be Sinjo or in that area between Sinnoh and Johto. I will admit, when I first was going back to watch the trailer, which, by the way, regardless if this theory is accurate, I'm still super excited to travel through Kitakami. Going back and watching the trailers reminded me how cool of a concept this is, like being a school trip, a study, and I mean we're probably gonna get led astray by this tale and make new friends. And I think I mentioned it in my last Scarlet and Violet video. I think this can be a really seamless transition and potentially expand on a bunch of already existing characters. I mean, in the Indigo disc, I've seen people talk about potentially Gita. Yeah, as I was saying, when I was first watching, I was super into this theory, like Chimekios here, DAOC confirmed, but the more I think about it, the less likely I think it is. But I definitely think there is some basis to this theory. Like, obviously we never got a DLC for Legends Arceus, which a ton of people wanted, and it was such a well-selling, successful game. And also there was just a ton of mysteries still remaining from that game, which I'm planning to make a video about very soon, covering like all of the mysteries I can think of. But also, I think it's just a possibility because the DLC is clearly going to be pretty substantial given the time they're giving themselves to develop it, and also the money, like it costs a pretty decent amount. But yeah, be sure to let me know what you think down below. If you think this theory has any merit whatsoever, maybe you have some other connections that you can think of that I didn't discuss today, or let me know if you think this theory is just a case of over-theorizing and Legends Arceus won't have much relevance at all. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon to discuss the mysteries in Legends Arceus.